What is the first thing that comes in our mind when we hear or talk about nuclear reactor? Honestly speaking, excluding the ones from physics field, most of us who are out of physics, uh, whenever we hear about nuclear reactor, it makes us think about nuclear power related to bomb destruction, World War, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hello everyone, my name is Ssubedi and today I'm going to talk about a scientific technical process that explains how electricity or energy is produced using nuclear reactor. So reactor are the tools where the nuclear energy is produced and released. Besides nuclear bomb, nuclear energy can be used in power productions and they are eco-friendly and safe. So why nuclear energy? We know that energy can also be produced using coal, natural gas, windmill, hydro as well. In all the cases, the basic principle of producing energy is same because we have turbines, we have generators. So that is the reason the basic principle is same. But the difference is that nuclear power accounts 2/3 of all carbon-free electricity, which means it is eco-friendly, according to DukeEnergy.com. This is why nuclear plays a vital role in United States economy. Well, why I was interested in this topic? Because my husband is a doctoral candidate in nuclear engineering here at Idaho State University, and this was the reason. I was always wondered and fascinated how and where the power or the energy from nuclear goes and what are the essentials. Because trust me, I was the one who used to think that nuclear powers are only related to bombs and destructions. Nuclear energy is a vast topic, so here I will be breaking it into small part where I will be talking about the process of generating electricity or energy through nuclear reactors. So before going into the nuclear typical reactor system, I would like to talk about nuclear fission. This is an important topic. So nuclear fission is a process where a heavy atom breaks down into smaller fragments. According to nuclear fission process, nuclear reactions liberate a large amount of energy compared to chemical reactions. The fission of 1 gram of uranium is equal to 3000 kgs of coal. This is why they are so eco-friendly, and these statistics give a bigger picture of how even a small part of a uranium is equal to 3000 kgs of coal. And according to nuclear fission energy again, 435 nuclear power plants operate around the world, generating 345,000 megawatt electricity in 32 countries. That is 1/6 of the world's electricity. So this gives us a picture that how effective and efficient nuclear power is. So as I mentioned, that nuclear fission is a process of breaking down heavy atoms into two or more small fragments. So the large amount of energy and extra neutrons are released from the process. These extra neutrons maintains the chain reaction which keeps multiplying, and the energy will be trapped by the reactor. So this is the time where we move from the nuclear fission process to the typical reactor system. Since the reactor traps the energy, we have uranium in the fuel rod. In step 2, we have control rods made of boron and cadmium. They are non-metals, and as in the name it says control rod, they control the reaction by absorbing excess neutrons. These rods are either lowered or raised accordingly. In step 3, we have a primary closed loop where the flow of water is processed. In this loop, the red indicates the hot water and the blue indicates the cold water. In step 4, we move to heat exchange. We have a heat exchanger where the heat is exchanged between the primary loop and the secondary loop. Here in the second loop, steam is produced. The steam produced in the second loop helps the blade inside the turbine. So we have a turbine in step 5. So the steam helps the blade inside the turbine rotate. In this process, the mechanical energy is converted into rotational energy, and some of the energy produced is converted into electricity by the generator. So some of the energy is converted into electricity and transferred in our home. So these in step 6 and step 7 has been explained in slide 4 in a bigger picture, in a zoomed picture. So again, let me come back to step 5. So after the steam is produced and the electricity is generated from the generator, and the excess heat is rejected back to the cooling tower, and the cycle continues. So the bigger picture of turbine and generator with cooling tower is presented in slide 4. So in step 7, the produced electricity is transferred in our home in different form of energy, and one of that is electricity. So let me summarize this picture again. So after the nuclear fission process, the energy is trapped. The uranium fuel helps to emit the energy. The control rods controls the emission. The primary loop and the secondary loop exchange the heat and system. And the third system, the secondary system, would produce steam, which helps the turbine to move, and electricity is generated. So today I have explained the 3 steps of producing electricity from nuclear power plant. First, I explained how and from where such tremendous energy is obtained. Next, I discussed about the process of the basic reactor system in a nuclear reactor. And finally, I went over how the energy is trapped, how the energy from the reactor is converted into useful electricity in step 6 and 7 through turbines and generators. Even though nuclear energy production is a complicated process that requires extensive safety, but at the same time it is effective, efficient and eco-friendly. So go green.